Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prairie, Chien. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, along with my good friend Chuck Rasmussen, as we get ourselves set for 4 full days of some baseball action here. It's the state Class A tournament. And boy, I tell you what, Chuck, number one, thanks for being here once again. We look forward to a fun-filled 5 days of baseball here.
Oh, some excellent ball teams here, Ken, and we're getting things ready to go right now. This is going to be Arcadia and Viroqua. On the mound for Viroqua is going to be Tyler Quackenbush. Quackenbush, the left-hander, ready to go, and the first pitch is going to be swung on and right back into the catcher's mitt. We'll go through, this is Max Sabota, our batting for Arcadia. He is the shortstop today. He'll be followed by Preston Scow. And then Carson Martin, strike 2. Beautiful, beautiful day here. The diamond is in tremendous shape. They had some pretty heavy rains last night, some pretty gusty winds, but the diamond is in excellent shape. And you always expect that when you come to Prairie to play for ball. They take baseball very, very seriously, and they do a good job. So the strikeout right away, and this is going to bring up Preston Scow.
You know, we take a look, these two teams, there's some history behind this from the high school side of things. Viroqua defeating Arcadia 2 different times by a score of 1-0 in 2 previous years of meetings. So we expect nothing but a great ball game here and probably a very low-scoring game as well.
Yeah, and this is Scow batting, and he fouls one off down the first base side. Brings the count to 1-1 with 1 out. The defense for Viroqua, again, as we said, Tyler Quackenbush on the mound. Clayton Weston behind the plate. Casey Kowalczyk there at first base. The 1-1 pitch from Quackenbush is going to be high. Second base is Miles Fry. Griffin Olson is at shortstop, and Jackson Hoyam there at third. Give it the outfield in just a second. 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Count at 2-2. We're going to 4 umpires today. I take it they'll go 4 umpires for the whole tournament, the state tournament here at Prairie du Chien. The outfield, Cooper Gelhaus. And left, Kevin Landowski is in center field, and Connor Matheson there in right. There's a pop-up down the foul base, first base side, and Casey Kowalczyk will make the catch for out number 2.
And I'll tell you right now, folks, I'm in my own mind trying to get things lined up. Got the camera set up here, and we're kind of doing the old hit and miss for a few moments here, but we'll get it back under control.
All right. This is Carson Martin batting now, the catcher today. Third in the batting order here for Arcadia, with 2 outs. And there's a called strike on Martin. A light breeze today. We're on the video from the third base side here, just blowing towards us. And we'll appreciate that definitely this afternoon when things get heated up.
Yes.
Expecting a very, very warm day today. Talking about the air temperature in the mid-90s and the heat index over the 100 mark. And there's a strikeout. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first for Arcadia.
We'll take a break, start looking at some of those terrific sponsors helping us out today, and we'll return with the bottom half of the first. Back we come to the island, Prairie du Chien, and it's the Viroqua 138ers coming to bat.
All right, and Ken said for Viroqua, they're coming to bat to be the bottom of the first inning. Griffin Olson, Miles Fry, and Casey Kowalczyk, top three batters in the lineup for Viroqua. Viroqua comes in with a record of 37-15 on the summer. It's Connor Walzine on the mound for Arcadia. The 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a called strike, 0-2 on Olson. Catching today, Carson Martin. Logan Scow there at first. Cam Boland at second. And there's a strikeout. So both pitchers start their frame with a strikeout. A note, from what I've seen so far, a lot cleaner than the warm-ups today. Both teams during their warm-ups did not look real good. They didn't. Honestly, they did not. A lot of fumbling on the ground balls, and, both infield and outfield. Whatever as far as from there. This is Miles Fry batting now. Miles is playing second base. The count at 0-1. And now at 1-1. Preston Scow, the shortstop. Vince Braun is at third base. The 1-1 pitch is a called strike. And in the outfield, it's going to be Max Sobota in left, Maverick Drzowski in center, and Devin Bear in right. There's a 1-2 hopper, 3 hopper to the shortstop, and the shortstop is going to have an error on him, so an E6.
Now batting for the 138ers, first baseman number 16, Casey Kowalczyk.
One out. This is going to bring up Casey Kowalczyk, number 16, the first baseman today. Fry gets his lead, and there's a strike. Saw one of the games last weekend. Ken and I was able to do the regional tournament that Viroqua just ran wild on the bases.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had one game they might have had 8 stolen bases. Count 0-2 on Kowalczyk. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. The shortstop this time is going to make a nice easy throw on over to first.
Little hit and run going on there.
So we've got 2 outs. Fry moves on over to second. And that'll bring up Tyler Quackenbush. Quackenbush pitching today. The swing and miss. Walzine, and we'll try to give you some information as we go along. Also, too, pitcher of the year in conference of spring baseball. And so far, we've seen reason to believe that that was not a foul ball. Okay. All right. The first baseman missed that.
Took a really weird hop, didn't it?
Yeah, and maybe that's what probably made it go foul there.
Yeah.
But that probably also maybe why he was not able to field that cleanly. Runner on second again is Miles Fry. 2 outs. The count 0-2 on Quackenbush. Just outside of the strike zone.
These two pitchers are the ones that had the 1-0 game this year. So they're pretty familiar with each other.
There's a ground ball, foul. Yep. Beautiful venue here for baseball. We look out of where we're broadcasting from. We got the bridge from Prairie du Chien going over to Marquette, Iowa. Again, fielded excellent shape.
It really took the water pretty well
It
from
did.
last night.
It
Yes.
did. Walzine steps off, now back on.
I got here about just a touch after 8 o'clock, and the guys were working on it.
Okay, there's a 2 out, and this one gets by Scow at first base again. So a run will cross. And I'm going to say that's another error, but
Boy, I think I have to agree with you, Chuck. I mean, that should have been in the mitt.
yeah, it should have been.
Now batting for Viroqua, third baseman number 12, Jackson
Scott would probably
Hoyle.
tell you the same thing.
I would think so. All right, so 1 in, 1 run. This is Jackson Hoyam. And Hoyam slices one down the first baseline, foul and out of play. That looked like one of my golf not swings, but the way the ball usually went when I used to
A
golf.
little slice going on there.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But, and next time it'll be a hook the other way. So 1-1. Runner at first gets his lead, and this is fouled back by Hoyam. Hoyam playing third base today, number 12.
See the runner over at first. He'll take maybe a little more of a lead here with 2 down. You're going to try and get a good jump. Let's wait and see what happens.
Runner at first is Tyler Quackenbush. This is popped up, foul. Out of play again. Fairly nice crowd for a 10 o'clock game
Right.
on a Friday morning. Talking to a couple there from Arcadia earlier, about a 2-hour drive for them. And that's our buddy behind the plate too.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drawing the blank
Yeah.
for the wrestling official.
Yeah. Good guy. He also, kind of a sideline here too, he may end up somewhere along singing the national anthem. A couple hopper to the second baseman, and that's Cam Boland. He'll throw that on over to Logan Scow for out number 3. But 1 run across for Viroqua in the bottom half of the first inning. They lead 1-0.
Back with more in a moment's time. As we return, I want to just do some quick hitters here, talking about some of our wonderful sponsors, and one of those being the old state champion right here from Prairie to Chien. That's Michael Lenzendorf, American Family Insurance, helping us out. We appreciate Michael and his support of our broadcast today, as well as the American Legion Post 258, wishing all the best to the Little Chute baseball team, and the Bank of Cashton, Scott Waugh, as the Viroqua 138ers look to defend their 2-time title.
All right, that Mike Lenzendorf as far as wrestling state champion here for Prairie to Chien.
That's right, yeah.
So this is Connor Walzine batting right now. He'll be followed by Maverick Krasowski and then Logan Skro, followed back count 2-1 to Walzine. He'll be, again, on the mound. It's Tyler Quackenbush. Behind the plate, Clayton Weston for Viroqua. Viroqua leads 1-0 after 1. First game of this tournament. And there's a called strike. Ken, we would have, if it went all the way, 14 or 15 games, is that right? Or am I incorrect in that?
Yeah, 15 games if there's a need. 14 for sure.
Okay. Count 2-2. And there is I got to get out here towards left field, and a nice grab out there by Cooper Gelhaus. And with one out, Maverick Drzgowski will bat.
Number 8, Maverick Drzgowski.
Number 8, playing the number 8 position, Drzgowski. There's a called strike from Quackenbush. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Again, it's Casey Kowalczyk at first base. Miles Fry at second. Jackson Hoyam at third. Griffin Olsen there at shortstop for Viroqua. There's a ground ball towards the right side, and it'll be fielded in foul territory by Kowalczyk. Tossed back into Quackenbush. The outfield, Cooper Gelhaus just made that catch for out number 1. He's in left. Kevin Landowski in center field, and then Connor Matheson is in right. The 0-2 pitch. Just a little bit low. Don DeLora is the umpire behind the plate. Ken and I have seen Don numerous times as far as not only umpire in baseball, but as far as a wrestling official.
Yeah, he does a nice job.
Yeah, wrestling-wise, one of the top officials in the state of Wisconsin.
Though he lives out of state.
Yeah.
We'll try not to hold that against him.
No. If I remember talking to him, he is certified to officiate in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. There's a strikeout.
Now batting for Arcadia, first baseman number 23, Logan Scow.
To bring up Logan Scow with 2 outs. 3 strikeouts already for Quackenbush. Scow steps in. Looks like he gets hold of one, it's going to go.
Boy, no kidding.
Counted 0-1. Number 23 playing first base. And swing and miss there. And they counted 0-2.
I think, both of these teams with their history.
And there's a strikeout.
One of those that, you got to have so much respect for both teams here, and they respect each other. So, again, that's where this potential great game is going to really kind of come forth.
Yeah, and I like to see this hustling in, hustling out, too.
Yeah.
We had a game last weekend where hustle was not in the vocabulary of one of the teams.
For sure.
But
well, let's come right back here as we move along. We're in the second inning. Let's take a look at those sponsors. Well, coming right back, here we are with the Viroqua 138ers up to bat, Chuck.
Yeah, the number 6, 7, and 8 batters in the lineup here in this first one is Cooper Gelhaus, and he'll line a single to right field for a base hit.
You know, Chuck, dropping back about, a hustle and getting in and out and everything, we had a great conversation with Lynn Eisensee, who was the umpire in the state tournament this year for baseball. And he gave us some pretty good insight with what the WIAA expects out of the umpires and the flow of the game.
Yeah, you need to pick it up, follow the rules. All right, and there's a bunt by Landowski, and he'll accomplish his purpose up there, and that was the sacrifice. So
that was a nice job on his part to lay that bunt down and force the play. Yeah. Now they have their runner in scoring position here at second base.
Yeah, good move. I'd like to see the Milwaukee Brewers do a little bit more of that too, especially when you're facing good pitch and runs are a premium.
Yes.
So Gelhaus now at second base with one down, and this is going to bring up Connor Matheson. Matheson, he's going to get a base hit to right, and the runner will come home. The right fielder held the ball out there, and a throw high.
Good job out there. That's Bill out there. Bill Hannon. Doing a belly flop. I tell you what, that was a tremendous move, though, by Bill, because he got out of the way of the baseball and did not impede any kind of part of the play. So good job on Bill's part.
All right.
He understands what it's about.
Yep. So Bill Hanna, the umpire there at second base. This is going to bring up Clayton Weston with a runner on second again. One run across here for our Viroqua in the home half of inning number 2. There's a called strike on Weston. And after Weston, we'll go back to the top of the order. One out here in the second inning. It's a called strike. Catches the top inside portion of the strike zone.
Ryan Hanna umpiring third base today, Chuck.
Okay. There he is, okay.
3 straight pitches there, and there's another out.
Back to the top of the order, Griffin Olson. Olson struck out to lead off the game for Viroqua.
Thanks also to Bethel Home and Services. Appreciate the conversations, chatting with Courtney Mosier, getting us up and going here. We thank her and all Bethel Home employees.
A strike. Count at 1-1 to Griffin Olson. Strike 2.
Boy, Wilson's got some snap to that ball.
He does. He does. Again, pitcher of the year. For Arcadia. That's a ball.
Kelly Olson right here below, coaching third base.
Pitch is pop foul over our heads. 2 outs, runner on, runner across the plate already for Viroqua here in the second. 2 runs in for them already. There's a swing and a miss. But run across in this inning, Viroqua leads 2-0.
Well, the final warm-up pitch is coming up here. I want to take a moment and say thanks to some more of those wonderful sponsors as we continue on with this ball game. CNC Landscaping on the south side of Viroqua helping us out today. Appreciate all the great crew there. Cashin Farm Supply on Highway 27. Ernie Peterson and that great crew with all your organic farming needs. Central Express and Pasture Pride Cheese combining here for the broadcast. Of course, Central Express right there in downtown Cashin and Pasture Pride on the outskirts, actually right across from Cashin Farm Supply. How about that?
First pitch of the top of the inning is a strike. Tyler Quackenbush still back on the mound. For the lineup here for Arcadia, it's Devin Bear, Vince Braun, and Cam Boland. And there's a base hit, the first hit of the ball game for Arcadia. And that'll bring up Vince Braun. It had been 6 up, 6 down for Viroqua and Quackenbush. Vince Braun batting now. Braun playing third base today, number 16.
Well, here's your view that the base runner is going to be looking at because Quackenbush, as the lefty, they're going to be eyeballing each other a little bit.
First pitch. Braun come around just to maybe put down a bunt, but pulls the bat back. Toss quickly over to first, back in safely. Kent now, who's the umpire at first base?
So that's Brandon Mickelson from Viroqua.
Can you give us maybe a rundown with the rest of these
Bill
guys
Hanna Bill Hanna at second and Ryan Hanna umping third. Here's a bunt attempt.
Going to stay fair, and catcher does a nice job. Clayton Weston coming out to get that bunt as a sacrifice. So Braun, as the Viroqua batter did in the inning before, was able to put down a successful sac bunt.
And Donnie, and I always botch it up, Delora, home plate umpire. Yeah, he you're right. He will sing the national anthem at different times in some wrestling tournaments and stuff. Does a nice job. Mm-hmm. But I know that we have a young lady tonight. I forgot her last name. Lee is her first name. She's part of the a double duo, I call it. Little country music group here. Lee will be singing the national anthem tonight. She'll do a terrific job.
All right, this is Cam Boland batting now with the count 1-1 and 1 out. Arcadia batting in the top half of inning number 3. Runner on second. Pitch is fouled back. Arcadia trailing 2-0. And a beautiful day here in Prairie du Chien. Come on out, watch some great baseball, get some food from the concession stand. I see there's something going on over in the park.
The Blues Festival?
Blues Festival going on. Come on down.
There's it's going to be packed around here these next 3-4 days.
Yeah, Prairie du Chien, very busy town. You can always find something to do here.
Yes.
2-2 pitch. And a little off-speed pitch. Not able to handle that was the catcher. And the count at 2-2. That was just ticked by the bat. And the count is full.
Thanks to the Chaseburg American Legion, Post 202, and Coon Valley American Legion, Post 116, supporting our broadcast today of America's sport, America's game. That is, of course, baseball action. And while they got a moment as they talk things over on the mound, I think, John Maslevicek and his great crew at Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op wishing all the best to the Viroqua 138ers, as well as Citizens First Bank, downtown Viroqua, and you'll find them in Viola as well.
Griffin Olson had noticed something, called out the catcher, and then met at the pitcher's mound to discuss something. Count full, 1 out. So a timeout called, I take it, by
Yeah,
the umpire?
I think, I'm not sure. I think maybe the batter asked for it.
Okay, received. So the count full again. And there's another foul back. That went off the bat or the mask of catcher, I think.
Yeah, I tell you what, you can get rocked back there.
Once again, full count, 1 out. Cam Boland batting. Quackenbush on the mound. That's 3, maybe 4 fouls.
Yeah. Rocked the fence a little bit there where I got the camera on.
And there's a base hit to right, fielded quickly by the right fielder, Connor Matheson, and he gets it in.
Tell you what, I think that was Miles Fry at second base. He did not miss that by much.
No. So we're going to go back to the top of the order. And with runners at first and third, it's going to be Max Sabota. Sabota struck out, leading off the top half of inning number 1. Boland will go on down to second. So now runners at second and third with 1 out. Pitch fouled back. Toss back to second, runner back in easily.
Yeah, Griffin Olson is as the shortstop too. I mean, he's a great field general out there.
A swing and miss by Sabota.
Sabota a little upset with himself there, Chuck. He felt like he should have had that one.
Shortens his swing up just a little bit. And right there, he was trying to just connect and take it down the third base side, it looked to me.
Yep, I agree.
Arcadia, shortstop, number 6.
Coon Valley Dairy Supply helping us out today. Larry Service and the family on the north side of Coon Valley. And, of course, Nan Jean Schultz, another one of those great baseball families with Coon Valley Tax Service.
Brings up Preston Scow. He popped up to the first baseman for the second out in the first inning. And runners at second and third. Bigger opportunity here for Scow. The ground ball to Olson at short. Olson on over to first. And we go to the home half of inning number 3, 2-0 Viroqua.
Nice solid play there to finish off the inning. We'll be back with more here as we continue on with State Legion Class A baseball action. Well, here we go, Chuck. Miles Fry stepping in.
Right. It'll be Miles Fry and Casey Kowalczyk and Tyler Quackenbush. 2-3-4 batters in the lineup here for Viroqua. Viroqua leads 2-0. We're in the bottom half of inning number 3. The 0-1 pitch is going to be popped up towards center field. Ruskowski will be there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for Viroqua, first baseman number 16, Casey Kowalczyk.
Casey Kowalczyk steps in. Kowalczyk grounded out 6-3 in the first inning. It's a called strike on Kowalczyk. Connor Walzine pitching for Arcadia. Carson Martin behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Count goes to 1-1. Check swing. Logan Scow is at first base. Cam Boland, the second baseman. Preston Scow at shortstop, and Vince Braun at third. There's a pop-up foul out of play down the first base side. The outfield for Arcadia, Max Swoboda in left. Maverick Drzgowski in center field, and Devin Bear in right. There's a kind of a check swing, but it makes contact with the bat, and it's going to go foul.
Chuck, here's an interesting note. For the 138ers and Viroqua High School in general, they have 7 grads out playing baseball somewhere in college here in the last year or two. It's really quite unique.
Yes. Yeah, for just a conference
Yeah.
to have that many, but for a school, that is very, very impressive.
Yes.
Kind of tells you about the program that Viroqua has as far as for their youth program all the way on up. So, yeah, pretty impressive. This is going to bring up Tyler Quackenbush with 2 outs. A swing and miss by Quackenbush. Quackenbush was trying to put it over that 315 sign out there in right field. 315 to right, 345 to right center. Center field is 375, 345 in left center, and 315 also down the left field line. So reachable for Quackenbush. He follows that one back. Bounces that one in.
Well, I hope you're enjoying today's broadcast on Coon Valley Telecommunications, Channel 14. Hopefully everything's working well.
Pop up, shortstop, Scow will make the catch for out number 3. 2-0, Viroqua leads after 3. Top half of inning number 4. For Arcadia, it will be Carson Martin, Connor Walzine, and Maverick Druskowski. On the mound yet, Tyler Quackenbush for Viroqua. Martin struck out to end the first inning. We're in the top of the 4th. A little off-speed pitch from Quackenbush is a strike. Count goes to 3-1. Full.
Got a nice fastball.
Brings it well.
Countertops by Design. Link Buckles helping us out today, located on Highway 27 outside of Westby.
And I believe that's the first walk of the game.
Now batting for Arcadia, the pitcher, number
Yeah, that
22,
ball just
Connor Welty.
kind of petered out at home plate. Didn't have quite the snap on it as he showed on the previous pitch.
Connor Walzine batting now. Walzine has flown out to left. And he'll swing and miss at that pitch. The 0-1. Fouled back. 0-2. Top half of inning number 4. Viroqua with a 2-0 advantage in this contest. The called strike. Route number 1 in the inning.
Right here in Prairie du Chien and located in Fenimore is Crossing Rivers Health. Our appreciation going out to them, 65 plus years, providing high quality, compassionate care to friends and neighbors.
Maverick Druskowski in, and he'll follow the first pitch back. 6 strikeouts for Quackenbush already. 1 out here in the 4th inning.
Thanks to our friends up in Denmark as well. Denmark Youth Baseball and Softball helping us out with the broadcast. And, of course, Mark and Linda Looker supporting the broadcast with the Denmark Youth.
Count at 1-1. Trzowski will be followed by Logan Sko.
That one spun him around a little bit.
Martin is lead at first. The called strike on Druskowski, and the count evens at 2. The fly ball out towards right center field, and it's going to fall in there for a base hit.
Just a soft little poke.
Yeah.
Found the green.
Number 23, Logan Scow.
With runners at first and second, this will bring up Logan Scow. Scow struck out to end the top half of inning number 2. Runners at first and second. Martin at second. Skowski at first. 1-0. Scow, the number 6 batter in the lineup for Arcadia. Ground ball to the third baseman. Hoya is going to stay with it. Missed it at first, but stayed with it. Was able to get the out at first.
Now batting for Arcadia, right fielder.
Well,
number 12,
and I think the
Kevin
key right there,
Prairie.
Chuck, like you said, he stayed with it. He didn't panic, and it could have been bases loaded and only one out.
Yeah, and a possible run in, too.
Right.
The runners now at second and third. This is the second time Arcadia's had runners at second and third, 2 outs. And batting is Devin Bear. Bear was that runner that was left at third earlier. He singled. Strike 2. Once again, another big situation here with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Pitch just outside on Bear. The 1-2 pitch. And Arcadia will leave runners at second and third again. Home half of inning number 4 coming up. Viroqua with a 2-0 lead. Bottom half of inning number 4. It'll be Jackson Hoyam, Cooper Gelhaus, and Kevin Landowski. For Viroqua, Connor Olzine back on the mound. And a foul back by Hoyam. Hoyam has grounded out to the second baseman. Olzine back on the mound. Carson Martin behind the plate. There's a base hit by Hoyam to right field. And that'll bring up Cooper Gelhaus.
Number 11, Cooper Gelhaus.
Gelhaus, the left fielder, number 11. Runner gets his lead. And that'll be a strike on a bunt attempt. No. Said he pulled the bat back. And the pitch outside. There's a bunt. The bunt is going to go to the pitcher, and the pitcher is going to throw out the runner, going to second.
Now batting for Viroqua, center fielder, number 4, Kevin Landowski.
So 1 out. That we saw 2 sacrifices already that were executed very well. This one was a little bit far, and the pitcher was able to feel it real quickly and throw out the runner going to second. I'm going to bring up Kevin Landowski. Landowski was one of the batters that performed the sacrifice very well earlier.
Thanks going out to Eagle Title Company and Lori Holte, along with Sarah down there in Coon Valley. Mark Evinger, Evinger's Equipment Sales and Service on the north side of Viroqua.
Landowski will lift one. Foul down the left field line. Count 1-1 on Landowski. One out. And there's a fly ball towards left again. And that's going to fall in there for a base hit for Landowski.
Now batting for the 138ers, right fielder, number 23.
Gelhaus moves over to second. And this is going to be Cooper Matheson. Batting. Runners at first and second. And Matheson gets around on that one quickly, and he'll pull that one foul on the first base side. Logan Scow at first base, Cam Boland at second. Preston Scow, the shortstop, and Vince Braun is playing third. The outfield, Max Sabota, Maverick Duskowski, and Devin Bear from left to right. Runners get their lead. The pitch. Matheson holds back in the count 1-1. Called strike on Matheson. Well, go ahead, Ken.
I was going to say, kind of a big opportunity right here for the 138ers, only leading 2-0.
We talked about that at the beginning of the game here, too. I think runs are going to be a premium. So.
Yes.
2-2. The count on the batter, one out. Runners at first and second, the pitch. Fouled.
Well, First National Bank and Trust Company supporting the Arcadia 138ers and financial products for your lifestyle. Earn extra money, receive benefits, and streamline your banking life. First National Bank and Trust out of Arcadia helping us out today.
2-2. The fly ball out towards right field. Devin Bear is there. He'll make the catch in foul territory. The runner at second will advance.
Smart running there.
2 outs.
Also, the Fraternal Order of Viroqua Eagles, post 2707, helping us out today. Of course, they're located at 216 South Rock Avenue in Viroqua.
I'll bring up Clayton Weston with 2 outs. Weston struck out looking in the second inning. And there's a fly ball. It's going to fall in there for a base hit, left center field.
Now, does that tag up loom important?
Yeah, yes, it does.
That's the kind of smart base running that they need, and now they have a 3-run advantage.
Back into the top of the order, and it's Griffin Olson. Runners at first and second. Olson 0 for 2 at the plate today. And he'll make up for it here with the base hit down the right field line. Olson headed towards second. One run is in. The other next runner will hold at third.
Well, it's kind of tough to keep Griffin Olson down. 0 for 2, and he comes up with a clutch hit right there with 2 away. Hope you're enjoying today's broadcast over here at Jim's Bar, located in downtown Prairie du Chien. I know I'm sure he's got it on a number of those different TVs.
And this is Miles Fry batting now. Fry 0 for 2. Reached on an air and scored back in the first, and then fly out to center field. Fry just finished his junior year in high school. Olson, who batted previous, he graduated a year ago, and there's an E on Vince Braun. An air. So Fry will reach on an air.
Tell you what, he hit it hard, right, and I mean right down the line. But again, third baseman had it ricochet off his glove. He had both hands there.
It's going to bring up Casey Kowalczyk. 3 runs across here in the 4th inning for Viroqua. They lead 5-0. There's a shot out towards right center field, and that's going to be past the right fielder. Kowalczyk into second with a double. And another 2 runs will score.
Well, they just blew this game open right there. Thanks going out to Dr. Jerry Johnson, his chiropractic office on the south side of La Crosse. Of course, the old 138er himself.
It's going to bring up Tyler Quackenbush. With 2 outs, Quackenbush, grounder edge, going to go right through the legs of the pitcher. The shortstop's going to grab it, and he'll make the play, though. Preston Scow. The nice job there at short for the 3rd out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs across for Viroqua in this inning. They lead 7-0.
Our thanks going out to a couple more of those sponsors, one of them being Organic Valley, located in Cashton and Lafarge. Stop in at their convenience stores. They have terrific dairy products for you. And O'Reilly Auto Parts, you'll find them in Viroqua, right here in Prairie du Chien and beyond. We appreciate their terrific support. Well, Chuck, we have a pitching change and some other moves as well.
Yes, we do, Ken. It's going to be Griffin Olson on the mound for Viroqua. He comes in for Quackenbush. Quackenbush threw 4 innings, 65 pitches. Taking Quackenbush now moving over to first base. Casey Kowalczyk is going to be at second base, and Miles Fry will be at the shortstop position. All right. Batting is Vince Braun. Braun Fouls the second pitch back. Count is 0-2 on him. Braun sacrificed in his first plate appearance. And there's a foul ball just beyond the reach of Quackenbush at first base.
Hot potato on the baseball.
Yeah.
Get that out of your system right now.
Braun will be followed by Cam Boland in the top of the order.
Thanks going out to Nordic Lanes, Scott and Sue Sordahl. Their softball season's getting close to the end here now as we hit the end of July and first part of August. Tournament time for them.
Football practice for the high school starts here next week, I believe. Right?
Yes, yes.
There's a called strike on Braun.
Yeah, it just zips around very, very quickly here now. August 1st, I believe, is the day number 1 for him.
Going to bring up Cam Boland. Boland has singled. 1 for 1 in the game. Ground ball to Fry at short. Fry on over to first for out number 2.
Nice job there by Miles as he played that ball on the nice hop and rifled it over to Quackenbush.
Now batting for Arcadia.
Back to the top of the order, and it'll be Max Sabota. Sabota 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Sabota just finished his sophomore year in high school. Second team all-conference player this spring. With 2 outs. Batting in the top of the 5th, Max Sabota. Count 0-1. Popped up towards Fry. And it's going to go out deeper than him, though, and it's going to be Cooper Gelhaus will make the catch for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for our Arcadia here in the top of the 5th. They trail 7-0.
You can enjoy today's broadcast over there in Prairie du Chien, of course, out here at Leisure Time Sports and Bar. We appreciate their support and wishing all the best to all of the senior teams. Leisure Time Sports. Well, the 138ers will look to try and build off from their 7-0 lead as we turn the mic back over to Chuck.
All right, thanks, Ken. It'll be Jackson Hoyam, Cooper Gelhaus, and Kevin Landowski are the 3 leading things off for Viroqua in this 5th inning. Again, as Ken said, Viroqua with a 7-0 lead. Hoyam has grounded to second and singled. Hoyam just graduated this past spring. Count at 2-2 on Hoyam. There's a ground ball right down here to the dugout for Viroqua. 2-2. Nobody out. Top of inning number 5. There's a nubber. And it'll be caught by Boland at second base for out number 1.
Now batting for Viroqua, left fielder, number 11, Cooper Gelhaus.
Cooper Gelhaus steps in now. Gelhaus has singled and scored and then reached on a fielder's choice and scored. And that is now the count at 0-1 on Gelhaus. Pitch number 72 by Walzine. There's a called strike. Count at 1-2. And we're in the 5th. Fouled back. Ground ball to the shortstop. Preston Scow over to Logan Scow for out number 2.
Well, thanks going out to Peck's Corner. That's Nick Brigham out there on County D outside of Cashton. And, well, Bjorn Thompson is just over here to our right, PDC Dentistry. We appreciate their wonderful support helping us out here today in the broadcast. And Pro Line Printing with Chet Melcher and crew downtown Viroqua.
2 outs. This will bring up Kevin Landowski. Landowski had sacrificed and then singled and scored a run. Count it 1-1 to Landowski. One and two. The fly ball out towards center field. The center fielder will drift back. Drzewski will make the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down here for Viroqua in the home half of inning number 5. Top half of inning number 6 would be Preston Scow, Carson Martin, and Connor Walzine. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup for Arcadia. The first pitch to Preston Scow was a strike. He's 0 for 2 in this contest. Pop up to the first baseman and a ground out to the shortstop. Preston Scow just finished his junior year in high school. There's called strike. Okay, Griffin Olson on the bump there for Viroqua. Just misses.
Thanks to Rural Mutual Insurance, Kevin Blusky Agency, downtown Viroqua, and Scenic Bluffs Community Health Centers, thanks to Samantha, Kim, and all the great crew there.
Ground ball to Hoyam at third, and that'll be out number 1.
Hoyam did a nice job reaching down on that one. He had to stay pretty low there, Chuck, because it was what they call a worm killer on that one.
Mm-hmm. The rest of the defense that we've got, at least Clayton Weston behind the plate. Again, Griffin Olson on the mound. Quackenbush over at first. Kowalczyk at second base. Miles Fry playing the shortstop position. Hoyam there at third. This is batting now Carson Martin. The outfield, Gelhaus, Landowski, and Matheson. In the top of the 6th inning, 1 out. Viroqua with a 7-0 lead. There's a fly ball out towards left field. And Cooper Gelhaus takes a couple steps to his right, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Out number 2.
Now batting for Arcadia.
Sealands Carpetland, as we just saw, helping us out, and Snowflake Ski and Golf, a terrific place to go, work on your game. And of course, Tim Sealand with that wonderful new renovated store.
Connor Walzine, fly ball down the right field line, and it will be fallen out of play. Walzine 0 for 2. A fly out to left field, then a strikeout.
Street Smarts Driving School right here, of course, in Viroqua, I'll say it this way, and Kelly Olson, our third base coach with that business.
Pitch bounces in from Olson. Viroqua so far, no runs on 3 hits. One pitch, a fly ball. Second baseman Casey Kowalczyk will make the catch for out number 3. We go to the home half of inning number 6. Viroqua with a 7-0 lead.
Well, thanks to a couple more of our terrific sponsors, as we have a number of them for this. Sports World Dye Sports right here in Prairie. We thank the Yeoman brothers, Scott and Todd, and all the great crew. Also, SUPS, that is Brent Scheckler and his great crew. Of course, good luck to the Fenimore Legion baseball team. We'll see them coming up a little bit later here today.
All right, we have a change in the pitching right now. This is going to be Cam Boland pitching. Connor Matheson batting. Clayton Weston will follow him in the lineup here for Viroqua. We're in the bottom half of inning number 6.
Also, Swenson Doors on the south side of Viroqua bringing you today's action as we get a drive.
Matheson out towards right. And that's Devin Bear in right. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for Viroqua.
Swenson Door is one of those folks. They're that business. I tell you what, they do a fantastic job. You give them a call, they'll get out there right away for you. Can't help but be impressed with their professionalism and getting things done.
Clayton Weston batting. And again, pitching change. Cam Boland on the mound now. Walzine through 5 innings had 79 pitches, we believe.
Where did he wind up playing now? Is he?
That's a good question.
I was trying to look.
Yep, this is swung on and popped up. Vince Braun will make the catch at third base for out number 2.
He's he's at shortstop now.
Walzine's at shortstop.
Yeah. Looks like it anyways there.
Okay. And not sure then at second base who that is, if that's Preston. There's a line drive out towards center field. Drozdowski backs up. And he's not going to be able to get it. And look at the motors here.
Boy, nice job.
Griffin Olson. A triple.
He just so smooth around the bases there.
So after 2 strikeouts, back-to-back hits by Griffin Olson. This is going to bring up Miles Fry. Miles Fry 0 for 3 today, but he has scored 2 runs. Has reached twice on an error. Two outs, and he'll swing and miss, and Olson's just going to trot on home on the wild pitch. So that takes us to an 8-0 lead for Viroqua. Takes away an RBI opportunity for Fry. And I think he'll be happy just to have another run scored. There's a called strike. 3 on Fry. We go to the top of inning number 7. Viroqua leading 8-0.
Our thanks going out to Tiller Furniture right here in Prairie du Chien. And, of course, get those deals, folks, because now, after 70-plus years, they have decided to retire that full block store. That's coming up in the end of November. And out there in Stoddard is Thirsty Turtle, thanks to Cheryl and Mary and all that team. And Thrive Wellness, Dr. Martin Midas in Cashton. Don't just survive, thrive. Well, we have a few more sponsors that we want to make sure that we get to here. Vernon Communications helping us out once again. Vernon Electric and Richland Electric, the co-ops combining here. And, of course, both of them with 75-plus years of experience with the distribution of electrical energy. Vernon Acres and Vernon Manor, thanks to Amanda Huff and her team of caregivers. A lot of great professionals there, north side of Viroqua.
He's going to bring up Maverick Drozdowski, and he'll swing at the first pitch and loop it down the right field line, and a nice try out there by Matheson, but he's not going to be able to pick it up. I'd like to thank a couple of the adults out there from Arcadia that I was able to pick up some information from before the game today, and also a shout out to a former student of ours, Jody Burgraff, Dr. Jody up there in Arcadia. We say hi to you. And
That's right.
strike on Skowski, 2 strikes. I believe yes, 0-2 the count on Skowski.
Bumped into her at the youth regional wrestling tournament this past year. Always good to see her.
Yes, sure. Yeah. Strikeout. Again, pitching now is Miles Fry, and I believe Griffin Olson has went back to shortstop.
Yep.
Logan Scow batting now 0 for 2. Scow just finished his sophomore year in high school. A couple of these Arcadia men are going to be in the All-Star game coming up here fairly soon. So congratulations to Carson Martin and also Connor Walzine for being on that group. We'll mention some others as we go through our broadcast. It's from other teams in that too, but congratulations to those two. Martin was an all-conference selection. We've already mentioned that Walzine Conference Player of the Year, or Pitcher of the Year. There's a ground ball right back to Fry, and Fry will toss over to first for out number 2.
Well, thanks going out to the VFW of Viroqua on the south side helping us out, Eric Sherry and that terrific bunch, and Ryan and the whole crew down there a little further south, Viroqua Hills Golf Course, not to mention WCCU, the Westby Co-op Creamery.
This will bring up Devin Bear with 2 outs, and also a congrats to Max Sabota, second team all-conference player for Arcadia, and Maverick Grozowski, honorable mention. Congratulations, and this is again Devin Bear with 2 outs. Bear has one of the base hits for Arcadia today, 1 for 2. Viroqua with that 8-0 lead. Count it 2-1 to Bear. If he reaches, it'll be Vince Braun. Count 3-1. Ground ball towards first. Good job by Fry. Playing the position pitcher and moving on over to get the throw from Quackenbush, and that's 3 outs here in the 7th. Viroqua wins 8-0.
Well, again, thanks going out to a couple more of those sponsors. The Westby American Legion helping us out. They remind you they're always looking for new members. Be sure to contact them, John Stoltz or any of the crew. Westby Co-op Creamery, take home that country goodness for over 115 years. And on your travels around the Cooley region, stop in at Zip Stop. That's Shane Nottestead and his great crew with 7 convenient locations from Westby, Genoa, Kendall, Lafarge, Ontario, and Waniwak. And don't forget now, Viola. Well, the teams are going across here. They're shaking hands, and we will take a quick little break and come back with the recap of today's ball game with Chuck in just a moment. Back we come here, and again, our thanks going out to all those terrific sponsors. We want to let you know that this ball game now complete. Coming up, it's going to be Fenimore at the, it's going to be a 1 o'clock, a 1 o'clock start. So it's going to be quite a little while here because it's only 11:36 right now. But Fenimore will be taking on Jackson at 1 o'clock, then another game at 4 featuring Denmark and Stratford, and then at 7 o'clock tonight, Little Chute, and Prairie du Chien. But let's take a look at what all happened here in this first game. Viroqua coming out on top, Chuck.
All right, yes, it was. Arcadia loses there by a score of 8-0. No runs. They had only 3 hits. For Viroqua, they win 8-0, 8 runs on 8 hits, multiple hits for Griffin Olson. He goes 2 for 4. And the other 6 hits are distributed among 6 hits, or 6 batters. So, again, 8-0 Viroqua with the win.
You know, just a good job there by both teams, really. I mean, I think, what do you say, Arcadia had 1 error, did they?
That might have been one I didn't say.
Okay. I remember they had the error at third base here, and that's the only one that I can really remember, and I don't believe Viroqua had any errors. And that's the key right there. You get some timely hits and also play some flawless defense, and good things are probably going to happen for you.
You are right, Ken. Arcadia just a 1 error, and Viroqua with none.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Tell you what, a great game here, and that means, just so you kind of know that Viroqua, that means that they will move on in the winner's bracket. They are winner of game number 1. They will play tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. They'll play the winner of the Denmark-Stratford game. That's game number 3. That should be a very interesting ball game there. A 10-0-1 for Denmark, taking on Stratford at 24-4. And, of course, we know a lot about Denmark, as they've done such a terrific job throughout the high school spring season. But there you have it, 8-0 your score. We'll be back with more action here. For Chuck Rasmussen, I'm Ken Manning saying thanks again to all those sponsors. Thanks to you watching out there. We hope that the broadcast is coming across smooth. If not, we will have it back on again on the YouTube channel later on in early August. So long for now, everyone. We'll see you right back here at 1 o'clock with the Fenimore-Jackson ball game in the State Class A baseball tournament. So long, everyone.